Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv and welcome to this player ratings and post-match analysis. Now, I've invited Byron on from PSG Fan TV. He couldn't do a preview with us, but obviously he's watching the Real Madrid and Chelsea game in the background there, we can hear. But what we're going to do is, while we've got him for about 20 minutes, we're just going to quickly talk about last night's game. So he's got some friends over there watching the game, so he's kindly give us 20 minutes. So Byron, what are your overall thoughts about last night?
First of all, thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure, and I hope you're right, Andy. About last night, I'm a bit gutted, obviously. I think Man City were more solid defensively, and we lack discipline, and that's pretty much why we lost.
Yeah, I mean, you not only lost discipline in the first leg, but you obviously lost it again last night, albeit you were 2-0 down, and some of the antics by some of the PSG players, I mean, Ander Herrera in particular, Neymar, wasn't as bad last night as he was in the first leg diving around, but the Di Maria thing I thought was bizarre. I don't know whether he was trying to get Fernandinho sent off or what was going on, but how do you think PSG approached last night's game? Of course, there was no Mbappe, which was massive for you guys. I don't know why he was on the bench, because he was limping to his seat at half time, and he was never going to play.
Yes, never. He suffered from an injury. What you said about Di Maria, I think first leg he was good, a bit of electric actually, but yesterday, as you said, he wasn't as good, and we were a bit disappointed. But I don't know. And the thing with Fernandinho, we shows how PSG, can learn some more experience.
Is that it? Do you think that's what it is, that PSG need sort of more experience? Because let's face it, when I spoke to you last week and we did the preview, you were quite confident of a 2-0 win for PSG, weren't you? That didn't quite work out for you, but I thought last week, first half, PSG were absolutely brilliant. And I think City allowed them to play, but I thought they were very, very good. But the second half, everything changed, and I think that gave City a lot of confidence going into last night's game, because I think right from the start, you had sort of a 10-minute spell where you looked quite good keeping the ball. But apart from that, I thought City dominated.
Yes, overall, yes. I think you're right. I was confident because I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. And I told made the best team win, and that's what happened.
Who would you? Obviously, we've got you for about another 15 minutes, but who would you like to see City play in the final? Obviously, at the moment, I think it's still 1-0 Chelsea, unless you can update me.
Yes, it's going to be Chelsea. I was predicting this. I don't think it's a surprise, because Chelsea is a more, reliable team than Real Madrid today, I think. And I think it's going to be an interesting final.
It is. Where does this leave your season now? And the Champions League going forward in the future? Can you see PSG challenging next year for the Champions League again?
Yes, yes, of course. It would have been two finals in a row, but it's not going to be the case. And yes, Chelsea is is going to the finals this year, and next year, yes, of course, because I don't see why not. We're gonna keep our best players. Maybe we're going to replace some of the left back, right back as well, and let's hope we will do better next year.
Will you be keeping Mbappe for next season?
I think so.
You reckon?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I think so because first of all, PSG will ask too much money.
Yeah.
And for now, after the pandemic season, if I can speak that way, it is going to be difficult, even for Man City.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. It is going to be difficult for teams to be spending lots and lots of money, without a shadow of a doubt. On last night's performance, obviously you saw City. I mean, when I say we were dominant, I mean possession-wise, PSG actually had more possession. I think it was 56% possession, which is very unusual against the Man City team. But I thought we controlled the ball better. Who stood out for you for Manchester City? What players do you think had a good game last night, or a great game?
Riyad Mahrez was very interesting. He has a good left foot, obviously. It's a great player. I mean, player of the year. I don't remember what year, but with Leicester, it was great. Yeah, it was great. So he's a great player, and the great player shines a great game.
What are your thoughts watching a young player at City, Phil Foden? What are your thoughts on Phil Foden? Yeah,
I like him actually. I think he needs to work on his finishing.
Yeah,
because he could have had several goals, maybe two at least. Interesting player, I think. Yeah, I like him. I like Raheem Sterling as well. Actually, you've got a great team. I've always spoke well about Kevin De Bruyne. I like Benjamin Mendy from France.
Of course,
he was playing at Marseille, when he was playing at Monaco as well. Kyle Walker is great, very tough. You've got a pretty interesting team. I don't understand why De Bruyne played in the middle at the first game. You have the likes of Jesus.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't understand. Sometimes Guardiola, I don't know what he's doing actually.
We don't know we don't know, because to try and predict a Pep team is very, very difficult. It really is, because he has plans for every single team, and he picks players for every game. And I think the problem with Gabby is Gabby Jesus is just not a natural goal scorer, and I think when he plays a false nine with De Bruyne and Bernardo and even Sterling and Mahrez, who can swap in those roles, I just think it gives us more options with movement and moving your centre backs. Because if you've got a striker, your two centre backs know the striker's going to be here or he's going to be there. When you've got false nines moving everywhere, the centre backs get dragged all over the place. They're all over the place. So I think that's worked for us this season. I still do think we need another striker in there. But can you see PSG moving forward? Before I'll let you go, because I know you want to get back to the match. Can you see PSG next season? Do they need to buy players, and what type of players do you think PSG need to buy for next season?
The likes of Fernandinho in the middle.
you wish, but well, he could be leaving in the summer. We all want him to have at least another year. An amazing player.
Yes, he's amazing, and the likes of him in the middle of the park. I think we need a midfield player, right back and left back.
Any names, any players in particular in world football you think PSG should be going for?
Maybe Serge Aurier can come back from Tottenham.
Yeah.
And at left, I don't know. We have Bernat, who was injured all season. He's gonna come back, and we'll see how it goes. But at left back, I don't know yet. But definitely a midfield player.
My final question to you then before I let you go. It looks like with Chelsea winning 2-0, it looks like it's going to be another All-England final like it was the year before last, Liverpool Spurs. So it's going to be City versus Chelsea. Give me a score prediction. Who's going to win the Champions League final?
I wish all the best for you guys, actually. May, again, the best team win. But I've always said that Chelsea is very disciplined, as you are, actually. As you are.
Yeah,
actually.
well,
so it's going to be a very tight game. It's going to be a very tight game. You have way better offensive player, but I think defensively wise, they are just a bit better than you. So it's going to be a balanced game. What?
Is that because of Tuchel? Do you think that it's because what he's brought to Chelsea?
Not necessarily, but I do think he's the best coach that we had in all our history. Actually, he's a very good coach, but he has a great player as well. Conte in the middle is out of this world. You have Mendy as well, who is very interesting. It's going to be a tough game. Yeah.
So you think Chelsea might just win?
They might, but if Foden can turn his opportunities into goals, it's going to be interesting. But as Chelsea as well has to do some work. Timo Werner is not good at all in front of the goal. He's a talented player, yes, but this year in the Premier League, his first year actually, it was very complicated. So you have a better offensive team. So I don't know.
It's interesting because that's something I would always have said about Manchester City prior to this season. I would have said, offensively, I don't think there's anyone in the world that can touch us right now. But defensively, lately, PSG didn't have a shot. I think it was the 28th minute of the first leg was the last time you had a shot on target. And that's keeping PSG, a great team with great players, that was in the first leg and the second leg. You had one shot on target from the 28th minute of the first leg, which that's phenomenal against such a brilliant team like PSG. So defensively, we're very, very good at the moment.
Yes, yesterday you were awesome, great. When we had some shot, you blocked everything. Ederson could sleep. Very, very easy. Nobody can do anything. So it was a bit of a shame for our offensive player. Not one shot on target. I think it's complicated.
Right.
I think we had 4, but
but not on target though, with it because of the
target.
By the City players. I'm going to ask you because we don't often get with Champions League. We don't often get the foreign fan channels on unless it's a Champions League game, etc. Which is it's only a few per season. But I'm just going to ask you a question. I was asked this today. Who's the best centre back in world football right now?
Centre back, complicated because Van Dijk was very was great actually before he got injured. Right now, I really don't know. Right now, it's complicated. Right now, I can see just one player. You have interesting player, a centre back as well. I don't know. I don't know. It's a difficult one.
Ruben Diaz. Is there anybody better in world football right now than Ruben Diaz?
Ruben Diaz, he's very good. Yes. I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know.
Sergio Aguero. Should City keep him for another year? And if not, would you want him at Paris Saint-Germain?
I think you have to keep him.
You reckon?
He's a great player. I don't see how, maybe he doesn't get along with Guardiola, but I don't understand. He's way better than Icardi.
Yeah, you reckon?
Way better. They're from the same country, but we can see why one is international and another one is just only playing at his club.
Yeah. Well,
so, listen. Keep Aguero.
There you go, Byron. Listen, I'll let you go. And I just want to say a massive thank you for coming on. I know you could only spend sort of 20 minutes or so, but I wanted to get your thoughts because we missed you on the preview last week. But listen, you take care. Good luck for the rest of the season. And who knows, next season, we could be having another PSG City. This time, another final with both of us in there. Let's hope so.
I hope so. I really hope so. Thank you so much for having me. And
no problem.
I wish you all the best for the final.
Well, listen, where can people follow you? Obviously, I'll put the links in the description below. But you've got a YouTube channel, an Instagram, and those type of things.
Yeah. I have, YouTube channel, Twitter, and IG account.
And that's at PSG Fan TV.
Yeah. If you tap it in, you're gonna find it.
Brilliant. Well, listen, enjoy the rest of your night, Byron. You can watch the game. I think it's almost finished now anyway.
Yeah,
but thanks for coming on. I do appreciate it, mate.
Thank you, Andy. See you next time.
Stay safe. See you soon.
Bye.
Take care. Well, there you go. That was Byron from PSG Fan TV. Let me just switch on my 1 minute. There you go. Sorry, I've been working all day. I've had loads of work problems and issues to sort out, and my laptop. Sorry for coming on late and not reading out your comments, but just as I was doing it, my headphones weren't working. My laptop was slowing down. It's just packed with stuff and applications, so I had to restart it. So I apologise if I was 5 minutes late there. And like I said, Byron came on. He said, look, I can come on about 9:30ish for about 20 minutes. So I want to say a massive thank you to him for coming on. I wanted to ask him a few more questions, different questions about PSG rather than just talking about last night's game, because there wasn't much to talk about from a PSG point of view. They were just ill-disciplined and City absolutely dominated. So I'm going to go back to your comments. Let me just scroll back a bit, see who's in, what people have got to say. Sean's on. Man City versus Chelsea in the final now. Yeah, it looks that way it is. That's what it is. If the final did get moved, rather it be in Spain or something, bored of seeing Wembley. Never be bored of that, mate. Martin's on. Worked it out earlier with PCR tests and hotel stay plus ticket prices and flights. Probably looking at $2.5 to $3 grand to go. That's a lot. Well, I'm not even sure they're even going to get. I don't understand. I mean, they were talking about so many thousands of tickets being released for fans, but Istanbul's on the red list. So I guess you can still go, but you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay the the quarantine when you get back to the UK as it stands, because I don't think Turkey are going to go onto the green list. So you can pay all that money. I mean, obviously it's going to be expensive and to go, but you're going to have to do the 10-day quarantine at a cost of 1,700 quid on the way back as well, adding to it. So yeah, somebody asked before, am I going? No way, absolutely no way. I can't afford to be quarantining for 10 days with my job at the moment, because we've only just opened up for business. So there's no chance I can afford to do that and lose loads of work and things like that. So no, I definitely won't be going. I will be a cushion plumper for that one. Full time now, City are playing Chelsea in the Champions League final, says Eugene. Jack Lee says Diaz is the best defender on the planet Earth right now. Stone's second. Struggling, Jack. I'm struggling to find anybody right now. Obviously, Van Dijk, like Byron said there, Van Dijk, obviously, we know Van Dijk was exceptional. But at the moment, I can't see many. I mean, Marquinhos is a good player, but I can't see any better than Diaz at the moment. And like I said, John Stones is a very close second on last night's performance in particular. Wembley would mean no messing about with travel. It would. They've already said, though, Paul, that's the thing. They've already come out, UEFA, and said the Champions League final will not be moved. It won't be moved. You've got to bear in mind that there's sponsors involved in this, and Istanbul and Turkey and all of those promises that it's going to be there and it's going to be this and it's advertising for the country. It'd be the same if we had the same restrictions that they have, vice versa. The UEFA have made it clear last week, said it is not going to be moved. It simply isn't. Does it make sense? Absolutely, of course it does. But it's not. It simply isn't. Tyrone says, don't want to play Chelsea. Plus, we play them at the weekend. Well, that's going to be, yeah, we'll see what that goes like, Tyrone. I wish they would move it. We could get fans in Wembley with no quarantine and travel, etc. Makes sense, but sponsors already organised. I think, yeah, you're spot on. They have. How about we swap Jesus for Mbappe? Martin, they probably have no fans. Chelsea 2 up, yeah. It's Chelsea City final. Won't move it. It's not a game for the fans. It's for UEFA sponsors. You're spot on, Ronnie. You're absolutely spot on. That's all it's about. We know that's all it's about. Thanks, Byron. Top guy. Thanks. Yeah. Nice of him to come on. I know he was in the middle. He had a load of friends in. When I just before I went live, he had it blaring in the background. I said, mate, you're going to have to turn that down. He was like, oh, my friends are watching it and everything. I said, just turn it down a little bit so we could get a copyright strike. But thankfully, they turned it down. His friends were very accommodating. So I want to say a massive thank you to Byron. I will put the links. And like I said, it's on Instagram. It's on Twitter. It's on YouTube. It's at PSG Fan TV. It's that simple. Go over and check it out. He's got some massive views on some of his videos, and he's interviewed some players and everything else. So if you're a French speaker, because most of it is in French, I'm not, but go over and check him out. Kamal says Chelsea City on Saturday will be interesting. It will be. City says enter zone. He obviously big blue hearts there. Big up yourself, Byron. There you go, Tyrone's giving Byron a shout out. See you in a few weeks in Istanbul, Man City, says Riley Taylor, Chelsea FC Fan TV Taylor. There you go, mate. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And we'll see you this weekend, and then we'll see you in Istanbul. Congrats to Chelsea, says Section. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We've got, by looking at it, we could have 2 English teams in the Champions League final, 2 English teams in the Europa League final. Just shows you how dominant the Premier League is. Don't ever forget, the Premier League is the ultimate league in world football. It's where the money is. It's where the best players in the world are on the whole, apart from 1 or 2. It's the biggest league out there. It simply is. And to have 4 teams in the 2 European Cup competitions final just shows you how dominant we are, which also then goes on to show you that how City are running away with this league, how dominant City have been when you've got the likes of a United behind us, Chelsea behind us, and an Arsenal behind us. How far behind? With Liverpool sort of trailing way behind. And they won the European Club Biscuit competition or World Club Biscuit competition as well. So it just goes to show you how well City have done this year from such a bad start. We're going to get into your player ratings very shortly. It's a warm-up game on Saturday for the UEFA Champions League final. It is. I think it'll be a different game. But I must admit, I fancied Real tonight, but I'd rather play Real than Chelsea. And I think what Byron said there, they are defensively and tactically very, very sound. So I just thought Real might be in a more open, enjoyable game. I think the Chelsea game might be a very tactical one. And will that suit City? Probably not. Probably not. But listen, we are the informed team in world football at the moment, so we shouldn't fear anybody. And the way that we can unlock defences and be patient, we've got to go into that game favourites, but I think it's going to be a very, very difficult game. Man City fan says, how will we beat the stubborn defensive Chelsea who park the bus and hit long play with run and pace? Well, like I just said there, mate, I think we will. Are they as fit as the Man City team? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. They've got a load of young players, but I'm not sure they're as fit and tactically aware 100% of the time for the whole game. They're very good, don't get me wrong. And Tuchel will have them well organised, absolutely well organised. I think it's going to be a very difficult game. But I just think we've got the know-how this season and we've got the best manager in world football. So there you go. I think we will win Saturday. It's for the title. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me, but again, I think it'll be a difficult game. Martin, what should the lineup be? Well, we'll talk about that on Friday Night Social. Well done, Chelsea, says Dudley. Bit Ronnie says playoff final day, 29th. Chelsea final, says Chupo. It is. King Sterling says one of the best defensive performances from two centre-backs I've seen for a long time. It's one of the best I've seen as well. I thought, not just the centre-backs, I thought defensively, Zinchenko was amazing. I thought Walker was brilliant. And I thought John Stones was exceptional. And Diaz was just Diaz, absolutely amazing. I don't think people's work will be happy with that one. I have 10 days in a hotel, please, for the match boss. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah. Yusuf, the game against Chelsea on Saturday is really important to make a statement. Possibly. But it's important for the Premier League title. See you in a few weeks, Man City at Istanbul, Turkey. Up the Chelsea. Well done, mate. Congratulations on going through. It's great to have two English teams in the final. That's without a shadow of a doubt. Even though they'll call it the petrodollar. Just get ready for the petrodollar final and all that nonsense. Maybe we'll need to change to a back five. I don't think Pep's gonna change. We've seen it. We have seen it. Peppers this season, thankfully, stuck to his guns. He's not gone tinkering around like he did last year and the year before. He's sticking to his guns. City will play our football. And I don't know whether you're talking about back five for Saturday, but I still can't see that either. Strongest lineup for me on Saturday. I agree with that. We will face Chelsea, said Dukes. We will. Michael Brown says, do you think UEFA will switch the game to Wembley? Nope. They've already come out, Michael. I mean, all right. Can they? Yes, they can. But UEFA came out last week and said it is definitely not going to happen. If it's an all-English final, it's in Istanbul, it's in Turkey. We are not switching it around. It's the right thing to do, but they won't do it because, like we mentioned before, Martin's mentioned and everyone else has mentioned, sponsors are already booked in and paid for and everything else for it to be in Istanbul. So it's not going to happen. Marquinhos is better than Stones. He's a great player. Current form. If you gave me Yusuf, if you gave me the option, would you want Marquinhos or Stones? I'll take Stones every day of the week. That's my opinion on it. Charlie Everett, think Cancelo and Sterling will play Saturday. I agree. I think they will. They should play the final in Paris. Could do, Charlie. There you go. Jack Lee says, I want a strong team on Saturday. Let's finish the league. I agree. And listen, whatever team we pick, it's going to be a strong team. I'm nervous for the final. Abu says, City should win Saturday first with the best team, no second team this time around. Cafe Del Casual, how are you, mate? I really do think City will win. Tough game, but 1-0 City. John Walters, I gave Sniffles an indoor tent and he loves it. I'm sure he does, mate. The defence was solid against PSG and looked so much like a unit. I agree, section, they were superb. PSG might regret sacking Tuchel now. Maybe, but that's the decisions you have to make as an owner of a business. Hello, guys. Sorry, I might. Don't worry, Noah. I'd take Marquinhos, you reckon? What, over Stones? Not for me. Marquinhos over Stones, do me a favour. There you go, Jet Li. Stones all day, says King Sterling. I agree with you. Right, let's get into the player ratings for last night, and then I've got to go. I've got to get back on with some work. Don't forget, if I do forget, let me just remove that. Tomorrow night, Tom, I think he'll be on at 9 o'clock, but you'll tomorrow on the comments in the community chat and on Twitter will tell you when it's that time, but I think it's 9 o'clock. Tom says if anybody wants to join in tomorrow to present, any of the subscribers want to come on, then send us an email to mcfcfantv@gmail.com, and you can go on with Tom on the Thursday Night Tom Show. So he'll be starting tomorrow, and I think at 9 o'clock. So let's get into the player ratings, and we'll start off with what a ball. Best ball playing goalkeeper in world football, and that is Ederson. So give me your predictions, and I will go through the who shall I go for? Shall I go for Bajowski? I don't know. He's getting a bit boring with his low scores, and I'll go. I'll stick with Bajowski, even though he has been a bit stingy with City lately. But let's see. Here we go. Player ratings. Is it? No, it's not. It's not Bajowski tonight. It's somebody called Tyrone Marshall, whoever he is. But anyway, let's see see whether he's any better than Bajowski. But obviously, the lineup for last night, we had Ederson in net, Walker, Stones, Ruben Diaz, Zinchenko, Mahrez, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Foden, De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. Match stats were possession-wise 44% City, 56% PSG. We had 12 shots, they had 14. We had 5 on target, they had 0. 6 corners each, 15 fouls from City, 12 from PSG. So let's see what we got. So I'm only going to do your play ratings. I'm just going to go through them quickly. So Ronnie's given a 9, all 10 for me. King Sterling gives him an 8. Section an 8. Mohammed gives him a 9. Yusuf a 9. Tyrone 8. Didn't have much to do, but what a pass. 9. That pass was classic. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Ben Cole, welcome to the channel, mate. What a ball for the first goal. 8 for Eddie. Well, we've got on David Walsh, 8 great ball for the first goal, a few dodgy passes throughout the game. Yeah, he did it on occasions, but 8 plus 0.5. Dudley Lewis, you can't. Come on. Ederson gets a 10. 10 from Ray. Dudley's giving him an 8.5. Marley's giving him a 9. SOS is giving him a 9. What did this Tyrone Marshall, whoever he is, he says, an assured presence in goal all night. And this is from the Manchester Evening News. Handled well in difficult conditions, but his biggest contribution was the booming pass for Zinchenko that helped create the first goal, gave him a 7. Maybe it's the son of Bajowski, a 7. Wow. Okay. Well, it's on your scores, not his scores. So I'm giving Ederson an 8 on average from your scores. I thought he was absolutely solid last night. One or two obvious passes. What's that? Did grab it. Ederson got a 5 in the standard. You're joking. I wonder who that was. Walker then. We're on to Walker next. Kyle Walker. This guy just gets better and better and better. He's phenomenal. His pace is just absolutely incredible. So Kyle Walker, give us your ratings for Kyle Walker then last night, and I'll read you out what this Tyrone Marshall from the MEN said. He said, saw off the threat of Di Maria in the first half and was composed defensive presence all night, even if he was overshadowed by his colleagues, and gave him a 7. I don't know what he has to do for that. But anyway, Ronnie Beaver gives him an 8. Mohammed gives him a 9. Riley Taylor, Walker 9.5, and he's a Chelsea fan. King Sterling a 9. Section 9 had a blinding game. 8, an absolute beast, says Tyrone. Dudley Lewis an 8.5. SOS says 9. Ben Cole, immense. What more can I say? 8.5. Long, what's that? Long Manaka Trinity. You're new. A 9. Welcome to the channel, mate. Jack Lee is a 9. David Walsh, 8.5. Solid. Addy says Walker 10, outran both Mbappe and Neymar. The man belongs in the annals of City history. He's getting there, Addy. He's definitely getting there. Walker, beat, 9.5. Ryan Edwards, Kyle, 9. First leg, 9 second leg. Forget Cancelo. In my opinion, Walker is better than Cancelo. I agree defensively, maybe not offensively, though. Yes, was 2-2-2, gives him a 9. So some big scores compared to the Tyrone Marshall of the MEN. So Kyle Walker is getting a 9 on an average score from you guys. There's some 10s in there, and there was an 8 and 8.5. So Kyle Walker is getting a 9 for yesterday's performance. Thought he was absolutely brilliant. Moving on to the opposite side, somebody who I thought could quite easily have been man of the match for me last night, and what a player he's turning out to be. Even though some still of our presenters, maybe not still, but some of our presenters don't particularly like him. But that is Alexander Zinchenko. I thought he was absolutely brilliant last night. Really so impressed, so impressed with him last night. Let's see what this Tyrone Marshall says. Zinchenko won the battle to start ahead of Cancelo and vindicated that decision with a fine display. Good defensively and a fine contribution for the opening goal. 8 he gives him. So he's a little bit higher there for Zinni. Ronnie gives 10, my man of the match. He's right up there for me, mate. David Walsh gives him a 9. Dudley Lewis an 8.5. I have said he has done well. I wasn't talking about you particularly, Martin. I was talking about somebody else. But he gives him a 10. SOS gives him a 9. 9, says Jack Lee. He is KDB's cousin. Ben Cole, 9. Tyrone says 9. A warrior. Addy says Zinchenko, 10. Give him the credit he deserves. Absolutely incredible performance. He was brilliant last night. 10. He found the pass to Kev and was so good defensively, says Mohammed. Daniel Ford gives him a 9. I'm going to call you Yas. I hope you don't mind. He was 9.5. He was so alert to everything and contributed to almost all the game. Best game I've seen him possibly all season. You know what? Yes, I will say it's probably the best game I've seen him in the Man City shirt. That's how good he was for me last night. Ray Fernley, Zink, 9. Emotional at full time he was. And Longman, 9. He gives him as well. So there you go. Needs to calm though. Well done for it. Yes, yeah. I mean, he got a bit emotional in there, but he is still only young. Right, I'm going to give Zinchenko a very, very solid 9 from you guys. Thought he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So there you go. He gets. Hold on. He gets a 9 from you guys. I think that's a deserved 9. Ronnie thinks he didn't deserve a yellow for the protest. Either or could have been given. Anyway, on to Barnsley Beckenbauer. Another phenomenal performance by this lad. Absolutely phenomenal, and that is John Stones. Let's see what Tyrone Marshall says. Defended with maturity and composure against Neymar, and there can be no bigger praise than that. Another excellent night in a season full of them. Gave him a 9. Can't disagree with. It's got that one spot on for a change anyway. But excuse me, runny nose. Martin, 10. Wow. King Sterling, a 9. Section gives him a 9.5. Addy, 10. An immovable object. He was phenomenal last night. David Walsh, a 9. Mohammed gives him a 9. Ronnie, they bounced the ball off Phil's head while down. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Stones, solid 9. Ray Burnley says. SOS gives him a 9.5. Longman gives him a 9 as well. So does Dudley Lewis. Ryan gives him a 9.5. Quality. With Diaz, a beast. Ronnie says a delicious 9.5 together. Daniel Ford, a 9. Ben Cole gives him a 9. Solid. PSG never stood a chance. correct. Stephen Raxall gives him a 9 as well. Jack Lee says 10, solid, can't get past him. Whew, this is going to be hard because there's loads of 10s, loads of 9.5s and loads of 9s. So I'm going to have to split them down the middle here with this one. And I'm going to, from you guys, remember, well, let's just see what Yaz said there. I would give him a 9 as he was basically a wall due to his pure passion and enthusiasm in that game. I gave him a 10. There you go. Right, I split down the middle, 9s and 10s. So I'm going to go down the middle for you guys. Your score, Tyrone gives him a 9 as well. So John Stones gets a 9.5 from you guys. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant last night, which moves him on to his partner, which is a question I did ask of Byron at PSG. Is there anybody better in world football as a centre-back right now than Ruben Diaz? I'll let you just flow away because I'm sure you will just be absolutely raving over this guy. Tyrone Marshall of the MEN says, an absolute warrior and leader of this defence, produced several excellent blocks and forced Icardi out of the game. It felt he was a magnet to the ball at times and gave him a 9, the same as John Stones. So there you go. John Stones got a 9.5. We are talking about Ruben Diaz now. So Tyrone Marshall of the MEN gave him a 9. What are you guys giving him? Ben Cole, flawless, harder than a diamond. I would give him higher than a 10 if I could. What a player. Agree with you, Ben. David Walsh is going for how many knots are there? Is it 10,000? 10,000, is it? Yeah, if we could give him that, we would. Daniel Ford is giving him a 10. Ronnie's giving him a 9.5. Tyrone 10, man of the match, blocks for days. Rowan says the Don 10, only 23. Diaz, the gatekeeper. Oh, all the platitudes are coming out tonight, aren't they? 10, my man of the match, said King Sterling. Martin, anyways, got to go 10 all round for me for the man of the match. Take care, see you soon. Hit those likes. Thank you very much, Martin. Take care, buddy. Zach gives him a 10. Mohammed, you already know it's a 10. Section of 9.5. Diaz and Stones, best defence in the world. Yaz is giving him, I'm not even going to start trying to work that one out, but it's somewhere around the 100 million or 10 million. Father Ruben, absolutely. I hope you've been watching City Chats today on Twitter. Kyle, 8.5, nobody outruns Walker. Neil, we're a bit late, we're on Diaz, mate. Dudley Lewis, 9.5. Diaz, massive 10, says Ray Fernley. Long man says 10, my man of the match. V3N, or Venom, 10 would probably throw Edison at the ball to block if he could. Unreal defending. On with that, mate. I did 10 is not enough. Well, it's all we can give him. 11, this man is an absolute warrior. Man of the match, we can't. 10, says Daniel Ford. I can see where this is going. Got to be a 10 all day. He's a beast. Before I go, I'm still waiting for that 10% recommendation fee, Man City. Before I go, I'm still waiting for that 10% recommendation fee, Man City. You're talking about mancity.com. They recommended somebody for something and you're supposed to give you 10%. I don't know what that is. 10 Warrior even took one in the face and got straight back up. Linny says, hi all. Where we're up to Diaz 9.5, hard as nails. Give Father Ruben the Ballon d'Or, says Zach. Next Ryan Man 5 says, Man City can Chelsea this Saturday. Preview of the UEFA Champions League. It is, mate. It is. Don't worry about it. Earth Extremities says Raheem Sterling racially abused on Instagram less than 40 years after football social media boycott ends. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? 10, if Carlsberg made defenders. Diaz and Stones 9.5. This Saturday is Man City, the preview of the. Yeah, we've talked about that before. Well done, Blues. Thank you, Tim Smith. Hope you're well, mate. Zinco 8.5. No, we're not doing Zinco. We're on, you have to catch up. We're on Diaz now. Smash the like button, please. Thank you very much. Fernandinho played well. We're not on that yet, but we're on Diaz. It's player ratings. Come on, keep up, people. He recommended KK, not Diaz. Yeah. That's right. Great, guys. Great content. Honestly, subscribe. Thank you very much, mate. Right. It's got to be. I know. I thought John Stones was magnificent as well, but it's your scores. And can I take a 0.5 off? Should I take a 0.5 off? Was there a difference between Stones and Diaz last night? It is on your scores, not mine. I would have put him a 0.1 ahead of Stones, but I can't. And John Stones got a 9.5 here, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give him top marks. Diaz gets a 10 from you guys on Man City Fan TV. I would have given 9.5 and a 9.6 if we allow it on Man City Fan TV, but we don't. So there you go. Ruben Diaz gets a 10. Ryan thinks Diaz is a 10 as well. He's a leader. Right, moving into the surprise change, which I think we discussed it. I think Paul Standall was talking about maybe Ferner plays. Even though going through, I went through the last night's or the preview we did. Paul, he went Eddie, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Zinchenko. Got that spot on. He had KDB and Gundo. Spot on. He had Rodri though. He had Mahrez, Bernardo Silva and Foden. Spot on. Jack went for Walker, Stones, Diaz and Zinchenko. Spot on. He had Rodri again. KDB, Gundogan, Mahrez, Jesus and Foden. So one out there. But just goes to show you, I think we all thought maybe Rodri would have played last night, but he didn't. That's Army played. Fernandinho. What were your thoughts on Fernandinho last night? My Lord. What a player. If we do not give him one more year, even if it's just to playing cup competitions or the odd game here and there, stay around the squad. The guy's an absolute legend. I'm sorry. You know, we talk about David Silva, Sergio Aguero, Vincent Kompany. For me, Werner's right up there. He's right up there. It might not be as big a legend as Sergio Aguero or David Silva or Vinny Kompany, but he's right up there in that bracket. For me, he deserves legendary status. What a player that guy is. Let's see. Fernandinho, 9.5, says Lee Cullen. Mohamed gives him an 8. Top shit Alshri on his birthday, 8.5. 9.5 from Section. Played like he was 5 years younger. It beggars belief in a role that he plays, which is a very much back and forth. But he is so clever. Tyrone 9, what a performance. David Walsh gives him a 9. Scott Williams gives him a 9. Dudley gives him a 9. Sterling gives him a 9. So does SOS. Andrew W says close to his best ever game. He's unbelievable on and off the pitch. 9.5. Assam gives him an 8. Oh, big jump there. Venom 9. Surprised he didn't get a yellow though. Yeah, but he's clever at that though, isn't he? Yeah, I mean anybody else would be moaning if it was somebody else. 10. He can do another 5 years. This man does not age, says Jack Lee. Incredible leadership to Rain and City. Controlled the game well at 9. Ray Fernley gives him a 9. Daniel Ford gives him a 9. Ryan on the money, and they keep him around the team. Absolutely, he must. Depends if he wants to go and keep playing football. Now, if he doesn't want, for me, if he doesn't want to keep playing football at the top level for another team, keep him at City for another year. See whether he can help out. See whether he can play in cup competitions, play the odd game here and there if he get injuries. But just have him around that squad. He takes no nonsense off anybody. We've missed that since Vincent Kompany. All right, we've got Ruben Diaz now for the future. And I know Kevin's probably vocal as well, but to have somebody with his experience and know-how and the way Pep works and everything else, I mean, no trouble whatsoever. Give him another bloody year, City. What are you even thinking about? Yas says 8.5 is so passionate, he's such a team leader, definitely should play versus Chelsea. David Walsh, only Ferner could commit that many fouls and not get booked. I agree. Ruben, Neil, you're so far behind, mate. Ferner, solid master of the dark arts. He's brilliant, 9.5. 36, he's in incredible shape and form. He is. Chelsea 2-0, yeah, Tim, absolutely. 10, no question. There you go. Ferner gets an absolute solid 9 for last night. Off you guys, absolutely solid 9. Could have even been a 9.5 if I bothered adding them all up, but he gets an absolute solid 9. On to just ahead of him, we had another person who's had an amazing season so far, and he does so many small things in games that we don't really appreciate. But what a player, and that's Ilkay Gundogan. What are your thoughts on Ilkay? Now I'll talk you through Fernandinho and Gundogan's ratings from the MEN. So missed that one. Fernandinho, a surprise starter on his 36th birthday, and his experience when City were under pressure was vital. Tried to help double up on Neymar, gave him a 7. A 7. Gave him a 7. Don't know who this kid is or what he was watching last night. A 7. He gets a 7 in most average games he plays. Last night, he was phenomenal. Really don't know what this kid was watching. Gundogan. What did he give for Gundogan? Where's Gundogan? Let me just find him. Gundogan used the ball well and tried to offer a route out of the PSG press, which was energetic in the first half. 7. Okay, fair enough. That's his choice. Mohamed gives Gundogan an 8. So does David. 7.5. A few loose balls. 8. Kept it very well. King Sterling gives him an 8. Scott Williams 7.5. Gundo 7.5. As reliable as ever. 1. Gundogan 8 from Lee Cullen. Thought he was quite the normal, maybe a 7. So you're agreeing. 8.5 workhorse section. Charlie Everett gives him a 10. Jet Li an 8. Ming Wong a 7. SOS 9. Ray Fernley gives Gundogan 9. Ben Cole, his awareness and link-up play is criminally underrated, 8.5. Silky Ilky 9, did everything well, no prob, says Linny. Donald Lewis an 8.5. Daniel Ford an 8. Gundo 7, gave the ball away a few times, not like him. He did. But he was put under pressure by Edison for that pass back. He won a great pass. And did you see the L'Equipe player ratings, mate? I saw that they were giving like 3 out of 10. I think for Neymar or something like that. I mean, I did see it, but I only briefly looked over it. Stevie Raxall 7.5, yes, 8. He was full of energy and took part in almost everything. Ray J 737, no way, 7. Held the ball well in league play, an 8. Venom gives him an 8.5. Moved the ball well. Okay, so Gundo. Gonna give him a solid 8. On average from people here. On to the Ginger Prince, Kevin De Bruyne. What were your thoughts on Kevin De Bruyne last night? I mean, the man, the myth, the legend, whatever you want to call him, but boy, does he moves the ball so well. I mean, there weren't any raking 50-yard passes, but some of his passing, the timing of his passes, so important, and the way he drives forward and amazing player. Let's see what he says. MEN, this is Tyrell Marshall. Excellent link up with Foden for City's second goal, but missed a couple of opportunities to set the Blues on a counter in the first half. Just gave him a 7. Okay. Everyone's entitled to opinion. Thought it was slightly better than a 7, but fair enough. Mohamed gives him an 8. King Sterling gives him an 8. Yaz gives him a 10. David Walsh an 8. Scott 7.5. SOS a 9, KDB a 9, 9, so much class. Ray J gives him an 8.5, Section an 8.5, Tyrone gives him a 9. Some of the passes he played, oh my God. I mean, it wasn't his most enlightening of games, ones where we've seen him just like dominate, pass after pass after pass. But his work rate and his positional play and his touch and timing, the way he controls the game when he's got the ball, he slows it down and speeds it up, and his weight of pass on a pitch last night, which, let's face it, was pretty shocking with all of those hailstones. I thought he was brilliant. Kevin 8, good link-up play for the second goal. Daniel Ford gives him a 10. 9, you couldn't find a more intelligent passer if you tried, says Ben Cole. Ryan, KDB 8.5, quality strong run with the ball, put fear of God into PSG. I agree with that, mate. Ray Fernley, 9, Jet Li an 8. Moonier gives him an 8.5. Assam gives him an 8. Mingy Wong an 8. Venom an 8. Richard Oliveri, welcome to the channel, mate. KDB holds a very hard position. 9, agree with that. 100W8, I want to have a full week off to recharge his batteries. KDB an 8, says Brad Niblock. Daniel Ford 10. Linny 8.5, so dangerous, always available for the pass, works hard. Dudley Lewis gives him a 9. Right, KDB, on your average scores, I'm going to have to give him an 8.5. There's 9s and 8s and things like that in there. So I'll go for an 8.5 for Kevin De Bruyne on a guessing average of what you guys gave Kevin De Bruyne. Right, moving on to another who I thought worked his socks off last night. as Chris would say, and that was Bernardo Silva. What were your thoughts on Bernardo last night? And yeah, great. I mean, energy. I mean, he ran, I think, I'm looking at the stats this morning, I can't remember, but I think he ran more than any other player on the pitch last night. And I think Phil Foden was pretty close as well. But yeah, we know what you're getting out of him. He might not always have the end product. He might not always score goals, but he does bring that energy and positional play. That's without a shadow of a doubt. I thought last night he was very, very good. And I agree with what Ronnie says here. Bubblegum works so well with Mahrez and makes him a better player now. And I agree with that. Totally agree with it. Do agree with that. SOS gives him a 9. Mohamed gives him a 7.5. Scott Williams gives him an 8. King Sterling a 7.5. Bernardo an 8.5. Jack Lee a 9. Richard gives him an 8. Bernie an 8.5. Daniel Ford a 9. Neil says Bernardo 8 does a lot of work that is unnoticed. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. David Walsh an 8. Assam gives him a 7.5. Tyrone a 9. My G, the engine of the team. Section 8.5. So much energy. Dudley Lewis a 9. Bernardo Brad Niblock gives him an 8. Ray J, just for the effort, a 9. Ray Fernley, an 8.5. Zerbil, Bernardo, hidden work, 8.5. Ryan, Bernardo, very underrated, 8.5. Lenny says, works so hard, never loses the ball, a 9. Yaz gives him a 9.5. Him, Mahrez and Walker are a great trio. I agree with that. 8.5 helps bring the leg. I agree with that. Benham gives him an 8.5. Addy, Bernardo runs more in one game than most people do the whole life at 10. 8, the work rate helps us sustain such a high level. I totally agree. Totally agree. What does Tyrone Marshall think? Bernardo took up some clever positions to try and drag the PSG defence out of position. Gave him a 7. There you go. A 7. Can't give him a 7. 8s, 8.5, 7.5, 7s, 8s, 8s, 9s, 8. I'm going to have to go. I'll add a 0.5 onto that. Bernardo gets an 8.5. I thought his work rate was exceptional last night, so he gets an extra point, a 0.5 from me to line everything up with the 8s and 7.5s and things like 8.5. There you go, Bernardo Silva. On to, I mean, what a player this kid is going to be. I'm running out of superlatives for him. That was a Champions League semi-final, second leg to get City into their first Champions League final. 20 years of age. Has he turned 21 now? No, I think is it next week, his birthday? I can't remember. It's in May, I think. What a player. What a player. I'm sort of, like I said, I don't know what else to say about him. He's such a phenomenal talent. He really, really is. But should be on loan. I'm going to kid it. Mohamed, I'm guessing that's a 10. I hope it's a 10. Zerbil, Foden a 9. Yeah, 10. There you go. King Sterling gives him an 8. Addy, 10. 1 for each Ballon d'Or he will win. Daniel Ford, a 10. Section, 9.5 for the stocky Iniesta. Andrew W, 10. He is unplayable and is one of our own. Ray Fernley, 10. This Tyrone is letting all Tyrones down. He is, mate. You change your name. Call yourself Douglas Tyrone. There you go. We'll call you Douglas. Dougie. Phil the Phantom glides around the pitch with touches of Merlin. He does. Scott Williams a 9. Lee Cullen 9.5. Dudley Lewis a 9. Neil says 8. Bad luck hitting the post, but great assist. It was a brilliant assist. 8.5. Only seen missed a couple. Wow, baller. Birthday 28th, is it? I know it was in May. Jack Lee, 9. This month, it will be better than Iniesta, and that's a big shout. Bingy Wong, 8, a young player in the making. Is in play now. 9, says Ryan. Foden, future Ballon d'Or, without a shadow of a doubt. If he keeps going the way he's going. SOS, 9. Linny, only if he could finish his chances, but my God, he's brilliant to watch. He's so good. Yeah, but look how many goals he scored this season, for a young kid. In a team that is going, well, we're going for 4 competitions. Now we're in 3. We're in a final. We've won the Carabao Cup. We're going to win the league. We're in the final of the Champions League. And this kid is keeping out Raheem Sterling. 31 goals last season. He's keeping him out of the team. That shows you how good he is at the age of 20. Frightening. Absolutely frightening. Venom 9 was unreal last night, but definitely should have scored at least one of those chances. I agree with that. Ben Cole, if he had scored that goal, I would have lost my marbles. 9, future is bright. Ray J, 9.5, great mentality already. Wish he would have banged one in for some of the shots he had. Yeah, I agree. Yes, 10 is past Tamara's, was out of this world. Harge gives him a 9. I think Phil's birthday is the day before the final. Wow, yeah, it is. Can you imagine what celebrations that would be? Riyadh, 9.5 in track back now. We're not on Riyadh. We're not on to Riyadh. We're talking about Phil, Ryan. So Foden, I'll give you his rating. Yeah, oh no, I didn't give you MEN's rating, didn't I? Got better and better as the game went on. A quiet start, but some stunning skill. I can get my words out. Brought him to life. Fine assist for Mahrez, and unlucky not to score himself. Gave him an 8. Well, he gets a 9. Simple as that. I thought he was exceptional last night. And looking at your 10s and 9s and 9.5, Phil Foden gets a 9. It's that simple. On to a man who I admit I have given a lot of stick in the past, and I've given a lot of stick this season, and I do think fairly, but I do think the last few months, 3-4 months, he's really grown into the role, and I think we're starting to see what I think we were hoping for a year or two ago with him, and that is his work rate and effort. His finishing is definitely improving, and he might not be his take-ons apparently percentage-wise were poor last night, looking at the stats, but he does a job. He does the job that I think Pep wants him to do, that we don't know, that we don't see. And I think the way he retains the ball and holds the ball and drags players around, I think that's part of Pep's plan. And maybe I've been too harsh on him for that. But last night I was so impressed with his work rate. I was in the first leg as well, and that's what I want to see. I want to see more of that work rate. I thought he was very good last night, and that was Riyad Mahrez. So, what were your thoughts on Riyad Mahrez last night? Took his goals very, very well, especially his first one. I mean, the second one is. I mean, he should score from 5 yards out, just to keep it to beat with the ball across the box. But I thought he took his first one on his right foot really, really well. Really, really well. He was alive to any danger, got himself in space and took it with his right foot brilliantly well. But I was just more impressed with his work rate last night. He was battling, he was tackling. I think he only won 50% of his one-to-one tackles, but he was still coming back, working hard, tracking his player. That's all I've wanted from him. I've always thought, technically, I've always said, he's brilliant on the ball. His touch is phenomenal. Still think he gets into a lot of shooting positions like Raheem Sterling and should score more. But there's no doubt if he can keep this work rate up, my Lord, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Through great teeth, but hats off to the lad, gave him a 10, said Scott Williams. Richard, Riyad Mahrez, super clutch player, crucial in big games, no doubt, a 10. Can't say more than that. 9, his work rate has improved. I agree. 9.5, the Algerian King's best ever game City. I thought his game's improved massively. I agree with that section. Now, Mahrez 9.5, he keeps the ball really well. Upped his work rate, made Neymar look silly at times. I agree with that as well. Mahrez at 10, says Ray. SOS a 9.5. Lee Cullen gives him a 9.5. Oh, big jump there. King Sterling give him an 8. Daniel Ford a 9.5. Tyrone 10. Great performance on 2 legs, offensively and defensively. Great. Boy, can he dance on the ball. 9.5 for the brace. And he finally shot on his right foot for once. Mahrez a 9, says Mingy Wong. Venom says 9. Dragged a lot of players around and made a lot of space. Brilliant game from him, I agree. Neil says 9. 2 good goals. Hopefully keep his good form. Let's hope so. Addy says 10, his best ever game for City. The Algerian Robin. Yeah, you've been watching those as well. 10, did everything right. He tracked back. He had Neymar in his pockets for lots of the game, and his runs and counter-attacks were brilliant. He is faster than I expected. He's got the skill. Riyad Mahrez, 26 King. Mahrez, permanent threat, scored 2 and defended 9.75. You can't have 7.5, mate. Only 0.5s or zeros on here, mate. I have been harsh on him too. The last 2-3 of this season, I've been very happy with him. 9.5. I can only call. I mean, we always do it on here, and I've been one of his biggest critics on Man City Fan TV. Everyone knows that, and I've always wanted more out of him, more, work for the team. We see Sterling might be having a nightmare at the moment in front of goal, but he runs, he tracks back, he creates space, and he works hard. I've not always seen that out of Riyad Mahrez. I really haven't. I've really not seen him work hard. I think he's been lazy on occasions, or quite a lot of the time, to be fair, prior to the season. And a little bit disinterested and a little bit laissez-faire type of attitude. Last few months, it's like something's just clicked in him. Whether it's a confidence thing, whether it's right, I finally got it. This is what I need. If I want to stay in this team, this is what I've got to do. Because we saw him sort of be dropped for a few games, last month before. Whether that was it, I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those spells that players go through. Maybe it'd be crap for the next few games. Who knows? But I hope we see the Riyad Mahrez we've seen of the last 6-8 weeks. I think he's been sensational, absolute sensational. Like somebody said before, big game player, very big game player. 10. What can I say? What's he like at heading and he turns his back top match play? Yeah, he's not. He don't even. To be fair, I don't even know about turning his back. He don't even go in for headers. Last night he did a couple where he looked at. I can't bother. Yeah, he's not. He's not the bravest of players. Let's just put it that way. Mahrez has been breath of fresh air this season. Another one who has took his chances at 10. 9.5 says Mohammed. Right place, right time. Get Rafinha from Leeds, over 24, nearest into Riyadh. Good player. He is a good player. Sorry for my English. Don't worry about it, mate. Totally understand. I wonder if Pep's new assistant coach will get his name and a big influence on the team this year. Yeah, well, everyone was slagging him off, weren't they, at the beginning of the season, Ray? People were going, oh, what's this fool? What's he doing? What's this, that, and the other? Clearly doing something. And is that defensively? Because that's the one big change for this season. Give Pep credit for bringing Mahrez to the top. Zerbil says, when you trust on Mahrez, he gives his best. Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. Butchers 4 says, Algeria Messi deserves a 10. Let's see what Clownio over at the MEN says. Mahrez scored 3 of City's 4 goals in the time, took his 2 at the Etihad very well. A real threat all night, gave him an 8. I don't know what he has to do to satisfy that kid. But for me, Mahrez, and you guys, got to be a 9.5, surely. Got to be a 9.5. 2 goals in an important second leg, Champions League. Got to be, surely. 9.5 for Riyad Mahrez. I'm not going to do Gabby Jesus, who came on in the 82nd minute. I always say it's got to be 20 minutes on the pitch before we give him any scores. And he didn't score. If he scored, got a massive assist or something like that, you go, all right, let's just for that. But other than that, finally, before I go, last one, Pep Guardiola. Let's give Pep some credit. Beginning of the season, not lots, but there were a minority, let's say, of City fans slagging Pep Guardiola off at the start and everything else, which is madness for what that manager has won for us and the way he's transformed English football and everything else, and the records that we broke under him, the way we played. Yes, this season is a slightly different style to what we played in the past, but it's the right style for this season under the current climate with players and COVID and no breaks and players having to play back-to-back tournaments, with England and friendlies and everything else, and it's just worked out a new style of football that is energy conserving and keeping the ball and being more solidified at the back and not taking risks like we were doing previously, and everything. I just think he's been absolutely phenomenal. And I said in the preview to the game yesterday, I just saw in his press conference, he just looked so confident. It was like, we're going to win. We're going to win this. We are going to win this game against PSG. We're going to win it, and we're going to go to the final because he just knew the players are backing into completely on his side. They want to win it for him. They want to win it for each other. He's instilled such a fantastic ethos within this team. it's phenomenal. For me, it's the best. For me, it's the best manager. I mean, you can talk about trophies and Alex Ferguson and everything else. Yeah, fine. I'm talking about from a footballing point of view, from a coaching point of view, not about trophies won. I'm talking about coaching. You might go back to Johan Cruyff and others, but I mean, for me, my era, I mean, I remember Pep when he played football, but from a coach, manager, philosophy, footballing, artisan type of, amazing visual football that he plays, I've not seen a better manager in world football probably in my lifetime. I must admit, Ferguson might have won more trophies over such a longer period. I remember Pep's won the same amount of Champions League as Alex Ferguson did in his whole career so far, and he could overtake Alex Ferguson in Champions League trophies. I just think what he's done to the game is just amazing, incredible, absolutely incredible. And if we lose the final, I'll still be absolutely chuffed with him, absolutely chuffed. He'll be gutted, but I'll still be absolutely over the moon with this season. I think he's an incredible manager for me. Let's see, for life, yeah, Lilo, definitely patch. Beaver's mate gives him a 10. Pep, a strong 10. 10, got it right, says section. 10 from Ray J. Mohammed gives him a 10. SOS a 10. Daniel Ford, 10. 10, 20 if we win the final. Mohammed gives him a 10. Ray says Pep, massive 10. Respect. Dudley gives him a 10. Lee Cullen, a 10. Mingy Wong gives him a 10. We've got a bit of spamming on here. Wens 41. Be careful, mate. Otherwise, I'll remove you. Nailed it. 10. Venom 10. Whatever he said at our time definitely worked well. Came out the second half, much better. Definitely a 10. Neil 9. He still suffers from subphobia, wrist injuries, but keep players on when we have a good lead. Yeah, maybe. But he might be saving those players knowing the game was won and saving some of those on the subs bench for Saturday. Pep 9.5, superb, recognised bringing in Fern and Zinchenko, and even the ruthless Pep gave Aguero 10 minutes to Sergio to give him at the last Etihad Champions League minutes. Yeah, right, okay, let's get rid of this bell end. It's just spamming. Ronnie says, not overthinking is his biggest improvement. I think he's realised this season Pep pulls an average player into star stage. I agree with that. Pep 10, the Edison Cross, first tactical goal, defensively on the team defending. PSG have stars, we have a team. I agree. Pep 11, genius. You can't give him 11, Jack. Pep is the one UEFA Champions League and 8 trophies off being the greatest of all time. Probably why Fergie went to the PSG hotel. Yeah, probably will. How embarrassing was that? I mean, that is just seriously embarrassing. Pep stuck to his principles in the Champions League and not tinkered. The only time he tinkered badly was the FA semi-final. 10 this season, no matter what happens. I agree with you. Biggie Wong, he promised us he would get us to a first European final and has kept his wish, absolutely. Pep is world's best. We have to use Saturday's game to know how to defeat Chelsea. We might even see I think we might even see two different teams Saturday, maybe. Both teams have had, tough week, tiring week, but we'll see. Maybe he will go all out. 10 from Daniel Ford. Goes to Grace. Andy, did you see Top Sports? They were still talking about our money after that outstanding performance. I know they were. Well, it's all they can do. Go on my Twitter account. I had a big debate with somebody. Don't know who he is, but he wasn't a bad guy. He was just making some comments that I didn't really understand tonight what he was talking about. We've been at it all afternoon this evening on there, and I put a load of facts and figures on how much money has been spent. It was all about, you spent $1 billion in 10 years, and actually I said, we're not. We spent 1.2 billion if you want facts in the last 10 years. But United spent 1.03 billion. Chelsea spent 1.115 billion. And I took the top 4 teams in the last 10 years. Liverpool, 800 million. But then I broke down how many Premier Leagues have been won in the last 10 years. City ahead. How many FA Cups? City, I think, were second or equal to Chelsea. How many League Cups have we won? City have won 6, the rest of them won 1. Champions League 0-0 for City and United. Chelsea and Liverpool won 1 each in 10 years. So the outlay on the players and what we spent compared to what the trophies we won in 10 years. It's not like, we won 4 more League Cups or Champions League, I can't remember what, but basically the outlay over the last 10 years for what we've spent compared to, I mean, if City had been spending 1.2 billion and the others have been spending 300 million, 400 million, you go, well, there's an offset there. There's a bit of an imbalance in there. But though 3 teams have spent well over £1 billion. So City, there's only Liverpool that haven't spent £1 billion, but they spent 888 million or something like that. But look at the trophies they won in the last 10 years. Absolutely nowhere near what City have won. Nowhere near. And I'm not even counting in that Premier League title for this season or the possibility of a Champions League as well. So, you know, it's madness, absolute madness anyway. But it is what it is. Finally, Pep made Manchester a universal team, a huge landmark on the world. He's putting us there, so have the club and the directors and the owner. I had a beauty of an argument with someone on TalkSport channel earlier. Can't bear history, can we? Yeah, just Edson Zinchenko can beat history, can we? Hey, yeah, there you go. But anyway, it is what it is. Did you read Duncan Castle's web? Duncan had to come out and do something. They're all at it. I mean, we've had Sporting Angel, we've had Nick Harris coming out tonight on Twitter or earlier this afternoon going, you know, City fans have been giving him a load of griefs. Some of it wasn't very nice, apparently, because his wife died recently, which is not nice to do. But he was moaning about City fans giving him grief. Well, he's wrote a lot of shit about City, and he wrote a lot of shit about me on social media, which was complete lies. About 18 months ago. So I just pointed out that people in glass houses throw stones. So it is what it is. But listen, forget the journalists. We know what we saw. You see it with your eyes. We were absolutely fantastic the last 2 legs. City are in the Champions League final. Got to celebrate it. Is it my number 1 competition? No, Premier League all day long, but it's a competition, it's a trophy, what we want to win. And I'd be pleased for the manager, I'd be pleased for the owner, I'd be pleased for the players if we win it. So with any trophy, I don't care whether it's the League Cup or it's a Community Shield or whatever, I want us to win it. So we'll see. It's going to be Chelsea. It's going to be a tough game, very tough game. But it's going to be 2 English teams in the Champions League final again in the space of a few years, which is amazing for the Premier League. And I'm sure we'll be doing plenty of previews with Chelsea. I might even try and see if I can get Jan on from Chelsea and do something at last with him. We did do a few things with him a few years ago, but his account has gone through the roof, and he's very busy. I think he's doing it full time now. So I'll try and get him on the channel for a preview at some point before the Champions League final. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified when new videos come out every day. For the patrons, thank you so much again for being a patron of the channel. If you want to join, the information is in the link. The link for the information for Patreon is in below in the description. And if you want to join and support the channel, please feel free to do so. You don't have to. You don't have to send to other people. You still get free videos and those things, but you will get access to the Friday Night Social. So hopefully Yannicka, who should have been on with me the other night, she fell asleep, she told me. So, she's promised that she'll come on. So hopefully we'll have Yannicka on Friday night, and we can have a good old chat about this week and the Chelsea game and everything else. So it should be good. But anyway, take care, stay safe, hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, well, I've seen a lot of new people on here tonight, which has been amazing. Thank you so much, really do appreciate you coming over and watching. Hit the subscribe button, join us. It doesn't cost anything, just hit the subscribe button below. We're trying to get to that 17,000 before the end of the season, and we're very, very close to it. So if we can hit that, it'd be brilliant, and it'll be an amazing season all round for Man City and Man City Fan TV. So take care, guys, and don't forget to check out Tom tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, for the Thursday Night Tom show. It should be good. And if you want to join Tom, just send me an email at mcfcfantv@gmail.com, and we'll get you on. You must be 16 or over. Don't forget, you must be 16 or over to come on the channel. And if you want to have a chat with Tom live in front of everybody, feel free. Send me an email. Have a great evening. We love Bro Man City all the way. Thank you, Beaver. Ronnie Beaver, sorry, Beaver. We all like Beaver, but Ronnie Beaver. Cheers, Andy. See you Friday on the social. Thank you, buddy. Thanks, lads. Great one. Thank you. Up the Blues, says Tyrone. Take care, Andy Linney, and all of you. Come on, Blues. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Do appreciate it. SOS Night Blues. See you next game. Thanks, section. All the way from Jamaica, Nico. There you go. You got a shout out just before we go. But take care. Thank you, Venom, and au revoir to you, Zerbil. And take care, Jack Lee, and hit the like button. But this is Andy from mcfcfantv. That's it for tonight. Another vlog, another sort of an hour and 20 minutes. We're bringing you everything here. But don't forget, check out Tom tomorrow. Take care. We'll see you soon.